All right, gentlemen, the time is here. Are you ready for the event?
We are ready for the event.
All right, outstanding. Boy Scouts of America, Northern Star Council. This is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is the Boy Scouts of America, Northern Star Council. How do you hear me?
Boy Scouts of America, Northern Star Council, the International Space Station hears you great.
Hi, I'm Ben Johnston from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Mike. Were any of you scouts, and do you feel that anything in your scouting career prepared you for space exploration?
Oh, absolutely. I am an Eagle Scout, and I'm a Scoutmaster. So yeah, there's a lot of scouting, and I believe there's a lot of scouting in what we do here. Just like for scouts, you meet weekly and you train for the monthly campouts and get ready for the big adventures in the summertime, the high adventure camps for the older scouts. Well, this is like one 6-month-long super high adventure expedition here, where it's taking all of the training and all the stuff I've learned for many, many years, beginning as a scout all the way through my Air Force days and NASA training to today, and now we're putting it to the test.
Hi, this is Thomas Rooney from Academy of Holy Angels High School. This question is for Ron. Why did you decide to become an astronaut?
Well, Thomas, I remember back when I was young watching the first moon landing back in 1969. And that was something that really inspired me and motivated me. I just could not believe that we had people walking on the moon, and that really woke up a spirit of exploration in me, and I realized that that's what I wanted to do. And I think we still have that, and we still have this desire to see what's beyond the next hill and see what's out there. So I think that's one of the big reasons why I was motivated to become an astronaut.
Hi, this is Jackson Armstrong from Harvest Preparatory School. This question is for Mike. What was it like being in space for the first time?
Hey, Zach, that's a great question. My first time was 3 years ago on a space shuttle mission. And for me, there's several things really stand out. And the first was the first time I jumped up out of my seat. We've gone through launch, 8.5 minutes. In 8.5 minutes, we went from sitting still on the coast of Florida to being in space, and all of a sudden we're weightless. I unstrapped, I jumped up and grabbed some cameras to go to the window to take pictures of our fuel tank. And as I looked out of that window at the North Atlantic Ocean down below, blue ocean, little dappling of white clouds, and I realized the horizon was curved, big curve of the earth, and a totally black sky up above with this little thin band of atmosphere there. It was just breathtaking. I had this just feeling that I was looking at the world the way God looks at the world from outside, and what a magnificent experience.
Hi, this is Mark Dosh from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Ron. What did you study in college that prepares you for space travel? Do you have to study astronomy to become an astronaut?
Well, Mark, we've got astronauts from almost every background. We've got obviously pilots, scientists, engineers, teachers, veterinarians. There's many different paths to become an astronaut. I actually studied business in college, but I studied aerospace engineering and aeronautical science in graduate school. So I think what all those fields have in common, though, are a technical aspect, heavy in math and science, and I think those are some of the important fields to really help us be able to do our job up here.
Hi, this is Connor O'Leary from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Mike. We are studying disability awareness. Are you doing microgravity research that will help people with diseases or chronic disabilities?
the work that we're doing here does not address those completely and directly, but there are some aspects of it. Part of it is like remote control or telecontrol of robots outside. Perhaps a person with a disability doesn't have the ability, can't move heavy things or do some tasks, but they can control it remotely and have tools that will do things for them. So we're learning more about those kind of things. Actually, the ground is doing remote control of robotic systems outside the space station, right now. We're also studying the effects of microgravity on the human body, its impact on bone strength, muscle strength, and trying to find ways to stay healthy in an environment that does not give us the kind of exercise that you get by being able to go outside and run and be just physically active.
Hi, this is Matt Bachman from Heritage Middle School. This question is for Ron. How much exercise do you do a day while in space? How do you exercise?
Hey Matt, that's a really good question because the human body is an amazing thing, and when we get into this new environment up here, this weightless environment, the human body adapts very quickly. Unfortunately, not all of that adaptation is beneficial to us. For instance, the body realizes it doesn't need a skeleton anymore. It doesn't need strong muscles in your legs. Your heart doesn't have to beat as hard. And so, we start to see some of those effects. And so to counter those effects, we exercise 2 hours a day. We have treadmills on board where we bungee ourselves down to the treadmill. We have stationary bikes, again, that we kind of secure ourselves to. And we also have resistance equipment that we do weightlifting on. And so we're able to counteract bone loss. We're able to counteract some of the muscle weakness that we would normally see from being up here. So it's something that we really need to get a handle on and understand if we're going to go further and further in space exploration. Great question.
Hi, this is Graham Smith from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Mike. What's it like to be in a confined space for so long?
Hi, Graham. You mean a confined space with Ronnie? This is actually a fairly big place. We're very fortunate there. It's not a small little capsule that we're spending so much time in. What you see here behind us is just a small fraction of what the space station is. We have about the same amount of room in here, I think, as about two 737 airliners, maybe 2.5. That's just my quick guess. And so we all can work, and we work together a lot, but there's also there's a little bit of room to get away when it's time to kind of get away from other people. And there's windows. There's 2 windows right behind us that we can look out of to enjoy the Earth. And we have some other windows in the space station that help make us watch the Earth and think about home.
Hi, this is Matt Kinney from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Ron. What is the estimated weight for the International Space Station if it was down on Earth?
Well, yeah, good part of that question. If it was down on Earth, because obviously right now it doesn't weigh anything. It's weightless, but it's approximately 1 million pounds. So we've been constructing this space station. The first part of it, the first human came on board in the year 2000. So we've had a continuous human presence up here for over 10 years. And during that time frame, we were constructing the station and getting it bigger and bigger, more and more modules, more and more capability, airlocks and robotic arms, and it is this massive structure right now. And like I said, it's almost 1 million pounds. It's bigger than a football field. It's a very large structure and a very, very amazing accomplishment.
Hi, this is Joe Coyle from Heritage Middle School. This question is for Mike. What language do you speak on the space station?
Hey, Joel, good question. It's actually kind of a mix. English is the official language of the space station, but we also speak Russian with our Russian crewmates in the Russian Mission Control Center. And these days, with Satoshi Furukawa, our crewmate from Japan, on board, he communicates mostly in English, certainly with us, because our Japanese is pretty poor. But every once in a while, to get into really technical, detailed discussions with the Mission Control in Japan, they will use Japanese also. So that it is an international space station with 15 countries involved. The emphasis is really English and Russian, but sometimes you hear other languages as well. Makes it a very interesting place to live and work.
Hi, this is Dylan O'Leary from St. Joseph Elementary School. This question is for Ron. What is next for manned space exploration and NASA?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We just saw the end of the space shuttle era, and that meant the closing of a chapter of our history. But I think what it also means is an opening of a new chapter, a chapter that'll see us going beyond low Earth orbit and exploring the rest of the solar system. And so the International Space Station is a big step in that. It's a big enabler for us to be able to do that, to go further and further into space and to learn more and more about the universe that we live in.
Hi, this is Ben Johnston from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Mike. Do the constellations look different in space?
Hey, Ben, that's a really interesting question. Last night, it was before I went to bed, it was we have a night and a day each every 90 minutes. So about 45 minutes a night and 45 minutes a day. And yesterday evening, I went to one of our window groups for the night pass, if you will, and I was watching the stars. I got some really neat pictures of Scorpio. The constellations do look the same up here, but what's different is you could see so many more stars that it's actually a little bit hard to recognize the ones that you know and love. And I experienced that first as a scout, used to looking at the stars from my hometown area, and then when I went to Philmont Scout Ranch in the Rocky Mountains and I went outside the first night excited to see the stars and I couldn't find them. I taught the Astronomy Merit Badge and I couldn't find the stars that I loved because there were so many of them. I get kind of that same feeling here.
Hi, this is Thomas Rooney from Academy of Holy Angels. This question is for Ron. Can you check your Facebook or tweet from space?
Well, yes, we can. But what I want to say about that is we are really, since Mike and I were scouts, the world has changed a lot, and we've become a lot more interconnected. The world has become a smaller place, and which is good because we realize that we're all in this together, and so we use those type of things. Both of us are on Twitter and other ways that we can share this perspective of life in space, life on orbit, looking at the planet from orbit. These are tools that we can use to better allow people to share this with us as best we can, because it would really be wonderful if everybody could see this, because I think the world would be a better place. We'd have a lot less problems in the world if everybody could look at the Earth and see it the way we are able to see it up here, and to realize that we're all in this together. I think that's one of the things that we're trying to do with this social media type of tools that we have on board. So it's. Do you want to say something? Okay. So it's a great tool.
So how does he find you on Twitter?
Oh, well, don't go to Astro_Aggie, because then the Mike is Astro_Aggie and I'm Astro_Ron. So that's who we are on Twitter.
Hi, this is Connor O'Leary from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Mike. How do you protect yourself, your eyes, and the International Space Station from direct radiation from the sun?
Oh, that's a really good question. All of our windows are treated with an ultraviolet film that blocks the ultraviolet, because that would be the most dangerous thing. At times, we have had windows in space where that covering could be removed, And we've had some people get some pretty significant sunburn in a very short period of time. Without the Earth's atmosphere helping protect us, the sun is intense. Ron and I have done 4 spacewalks together, and the visor of our helmet there is covered with, actually, it's a silver film. It looks gold that helps block out that ultraviolet also. So that's the main thing there. There's other forms of radiation, of course. And the space station has some amount of shielding for some of them, and not as much for others. So we're actually watching some of the solar weather, if you will. We've heard the reports of big storms on the sun that might be throwing some radiation our way. We hope to see some of that in the form of the northern and southern lights, but not get some of the bad stuff.
Hi, this is Mark Dosh from Henry Sibley High School. This question is for Ron. If water clumps together in space, what happens when you release something like oil?
Well, that's a good question. I'm going to try and take a minute here. I happen to have a bag of water here, if you could be my trusted assistant here. So we're going to move a little closer. So you know what it's not going to do, it's not going to rise to the top because you don't have convection and other effects up here. So
You're talking here, aren't you?
Yeah. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but when we release water in this microgravity environment, it clumps together into a bubble, and that's caused by surface tension. So here we have our bubble of water.
He's blowing on it to help push it back up into the field of view. If it gets out of control, he's just going to have to eat it.
Yeah. So we'll use this little green thing here to simulate oil, and we'll see if we could get it inside. So there you have it. I'm not sure you can see that.
Can you see it? Yeah.
So basically, the water bubble has encompassed this little piece of green food-like substance, and you know, again, the surface tension is what's keeping this as a bubble and a sphere. So I hope that answers the question. It was fun to try.
Who's going to eat that thing?
Oh, all right, I'll do it.
Okay, you guys cheer.
Hi, this is Jackson Armstrong from Harvard Preparatory School. This question is for Mike. How are you getting home?
Hey, Jackson, that's a good question. We rode up here on a two different Russian Soyuz rockets, launching out of Kazakhstan, a place called Baikonur Cosmodrome. Very exotic place, very historic place. The first human to launch into space, Yuri Gagarin, did so, in April of 1961, 50 years ago, and we launched off of the exact same launch pad as him. So it's a really cool thing to be part of that history. Our ride home is that same Soyuz spaceship. So Ron's leaving in, 4.5 weeks or so, and I'm leaving in the middle of November.
Hi, this is Matt Bachman from Heritage Middle School. This question is for Ron. How do you avoid stress, extreme nervousness during a spacewalk?
Yeah. Well, as Mike said, we've done 4 spacewalks together. So the only one I've ever been out on a spacewalk with is Mike. And on all the spacewalks, he would always say, as I was coming out of the hatch, "Hey, Ron, don't look down." But on the last spacewalk that we just did a few weeks ago, when I climbed out of the hatch, the Bahamas were beneath us, and it was just absolutely spectacular to see that. And so I beat Mike to the punch, and I said, "Hey, Mike, look down. Look at this beautiful planet we have here." But we when we are doing spacewalks, we have a lot of work to do, and we have a lot of tasks to perform. And so just staying focused on those and getting the job done is really how we overcome that.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Boy Scouts of America and the Northern Star Council, we really appreciate you being with us today. Thank you.
Hey guys. Yeah, that's okay. Guys, thank you very much. It's great to talk to all the scouts there. It sounds like you've got a huge crowd and a great program. We've heard about it, and it sounds like a wonderful thing. If you guys enjoy all that scouting has to offer, it's about fun, friends, and adventure, and a whole lot more. But don't worry about that. You guys concentrate on the fun, friends, and adventure. Have a great summer, and enjoy the ride. It's quite a trail. You never know where it might lead you.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes the event.